Alright, so I believe this is going to be our epilogue now. I think this is a Chapter 7 epilogue. And so, what I'm frustrated about is so far, if you look at how much coverage I've done in Mortal Kombat 1, 6.5 hours of story and around 3 hours of invasion. So I've played the game for almost 10 hours so far, okay? I've done 2 night streams in Mortal Kombat 1. Both of those night streams have been insanely slow for support, to the point where last night's stream was actually the slowest stream I've had all year long for support. I'm really reliant on, you know, basically bringing in as much money as I can on streams, and if I have a slow time or whatever, it stresses me out. And it stresses me out, it does. Now, I'm not going to sit here and harp on numbers and shit, but that's pretty bad. I dumped extra money to get Mortal Kombat 1 early for you guys, so that we could get through this single-player content quickly, right? Because I knew Lies of P was coming, and you guys were going to see that. You didn't want to see them both on the same day come out, right? And I did all this, and I explained to you all along how this game was going to go. And people were like, yes, play it. We're dying to see it. We want to see what this game is. It's exciting. A new Mortal Kombat. People were even screaming, we want Mortal Kombat over Street Fighter. Street Fighter is played out. You played it for 3.5 months. We want Mortal Kombat. Well, what I'm seeing now directly is that this essentially is the vocal minority. All right? Because here's the deal. The other day on Thursday was my day off. I did an impromptu stream of Street Fighter 6 that wasn't even planned. All right? I didn't even announce it. I just turned on the stream and started playing with Lily. I got high attendance. I got support in every way you can think. People were ecstatic that I was playing Street Fighter 6 again. Right? But ever since I started playing Mortal Kombat,
maybe a little bit, and now it went.
Nope, not at all. A lot of people are coming and saying, it doesn't look that good. Some people are coming by and saying, it looks all right. And there's just been pretty much the deadest support. And that is disheartening. Again, the understanding was I was going to spend extra money to play it early so that we could get a lot of gameplay in this weekend before Lies of P came out. And I guess people just don't care. So maybe I am listening to the wrong people. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe we do have a vocal minority who are screaming for things. And then when I do them, it turns out that it's not actually what people wanting. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I don't know. I just don't know what to believe anymore because it seems very random. Sometimes I could play a game I never expected was going to do well, and it does incredibly well. And then sometimes I play a game that I swear is a home run. Why would Mortal Kombat not do well? And it seems like people just aren't really caring about it. Okay? Nobody fucking cares. Stop that shit. 2 Hour Woman says people aren't supporting the game. They're supporting the fact you did a stream on your day off. That would make sense, except every time I play Street Fighter 6, I get good support. Every time. Every time I play Street Fighter 6, we got people coming by, super chatting, dropping memberships, and doing tips. Every time. Every single time. It's not just an exception that it was the one time. That was pretty much, like I said, the night before I had done a Lily stream, and that stream had done well as well. And that Lily stream didn't even go so well. I was losing more than I was winning, and it still went well. So, no, I'm sorry, I hate to tell you, I just don't think that's the case at all. I think it's a case of, I think there was hype because Mortal Kombat 1 was new, and then the moment people started to see what it was, they were like, oh, and then people just kind of tapped out and dipped out. And then it was funny, because whenever there's a stream, and this is very much truthful, if I'm on a stream, all right, and all of a sudden it's a slow stream, there's almost no support, the haters show up. The hate watchers. And you'll see my viewers will skyrocket for toxic reasons. And the reason you can always tell this is because no one's talking in the chat. Seriously. Everyone's just, it's the same people talking in the chat as always. Why do I have 400, 500, 600 viewers out of nowhere? Because they all want to sit there and rub their hands together like this and say, Phil has a slow stream. So this justifies all the years of online harassment we've given him. See, because he has one slow stream. Rubbing their hands together. Yeah, getting that vibe back, baby. Yeah, I'm getting the groove. They're idiots, but that's how they act. They're all immature morons. So, even though last night, for example, I was playing Mortal Kombat 1, the attendance was not good. And then all of a sudden, when people saw it was a slow stream, attendance skyrocketed. People were interested, right? It's like, oh, gee, I wonder why, right? What I need from you is feedback on what exactly you're expecting and what you want. Because we don't have any more major new releases until, the end of the month, at the 27th, I believe it is, so a little over a week. We've got the big DLC for Street Fighter 6, which is the Aki DLC, a new character. She's completely unique and looks nothing like any character I've seen in Street Fighter before. I have no idea how she's going to translate into being a competitive fighter in this game. I'm going to have to mess around with her a little bit in training mode and her trials before we take her online. But I'm going to treat that just like I did with Rashid, where we'll kind of do a whole day of that character and try to, you know, understand them, and then decide if that's a character I want to further pursue, or if I want to go back to maybe just the characters who I've been focusing on and trying to get better with, okay? So, that's coming up. But outside of that, all the next slew of new releases are coming out in October. You know, Assassin's Creed, Alan Wake 2 is one of them. There's like a million. For some reason, I'm just not really thinking of them right now, but there's a ton. We just went over them the other day, actually, in the list. So we've got essentially around 2 weeks to focus on the games that I'm playing right now. And the question is, what is it that you want me to focus on? Do you want more Starfield? Or should Starfield just be a night stream that we balance with other things? Do you actually want more Street Fighter 6? Because people seem to show up and support the Street Fighter 6 streams. Do you want Mortal Kombat 1 to be a focus? Or is this all bullshit? Because right now, I'm going to be honest, I think it feels like bullshit to me. It feels like people were blowing smoke up my butt about Mortal Kombat 1 to get me to spend the extra money. And I did. And now it's not really turning into anything, you know? I already told you guys. Video for you. Streaming really doesn't benefit me at all. Back when I live streamed on Twitch, I barely made any ad revenue for what I live streamed. And the only real way to make money on Twitch was to constantly beg for subscribers and or donations, neither of which I did. Because I refused to do it. I refused to just sit here and beg for money. When I was talking about Mortal Kombat 1, I knew I wasn't going to get into it like Street Fighter. I know today, I know I'm not. I've now played it for, 10 hours? I know what the game is. I see how it's going to play. I think it's alright, but it's just incredibly similar to the older Mortal Kombats, like 9 and 10. It seems incredibly similar to those two games. It seems closest to 10. Because in 9, you had those neutral jump punches that could juggle. That's not in it. And in 11, they added the Street Fighter elements, and that's not in it. So it feels like Mortal Kombat 1 kind of plays like Mortal Kombat 10. I wasn't in love with 10. I just thought 10 was okay. Right now, if you were to ask me, what's better between Mortal Kombat 1 or Street Fighter 6, I would say Street Fighter 6 is about 3 times better than Mortal Kombat 1, gameplay-wise. Seriously. Because it seems like I said, Mortal Kombat 1 is a one-trick pony. The whole game is about high-low mix-up and calling out a cameo to either extend a combo or create that mix-up, and that's it. There's really nothing to it. While Street Fighter 6 has all these layered gameplay mechanics that make it incredibly complex, Mortal Kombat is very simplistic, and honestly, it's probably going to be very unbalanced and broken once people break these characters down and realize who has the insane combos and stuff like that. I just don't really foresee it being that good, okay? Just being honest. So, that all being said, I knew I wasn't going to get into Mortal Kombat 1 as much as Street Fighter. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to play it and enjoy it. It just means don't expect me to be playing it at high master rank level and trying to get crazy good with any particular character. It's going to be a more casualized experience for me, which is fine. You know, I'm okay with not having to master every fighting game I play. In fact, Street Fighter 6 was the exception to the rule in that regard, where I wasn't really expecting to get good at it, and I actually have, okay? So, what do? Here's the thing. Last night I put out a poll, alright, on my main channel page of DSP Gaming, and the poll had all these different, but here's what happened. Last night, my hate watchers got word that I literally had the slowest stream that I had all year. Okay, so what did they do? They basically flooded the poll. And they flooded it with votes for Mortal Kombat 1 on purpose because they want to see me play more, hoping that people will not support Mortal Kombat 1. That's exactly what happened. It's messed up because, again, I try to get legitimate feedback, and I can't because these people try to skew shit for their own purposes. And I know it's a fact because the poll had about 150 votes, and then all of a sudden, within another hour, it had like 500 votes. Like, wait, so where did the 400 votes all come from all in one clump? Gee, I wonder where, right? Now, again, here's the thing. I'm not against playing Mortal Kombat 1. We're playing it tonight no matter what. That's already happening. It's locked in. That's the late stream. But I'm going to hope that things are going to get better. That not every time I play MK1, it's a dead stream for support, and all it is hate watchers sitting there rubbing their hands together like fucking Newman from Seinfeld, right? I'm going to see everyone fail around me, right? My nefarious intentions. It's fucked up, you know? I want to play the game and enjoy it, but I also want to have buy-in from my audience that they're interested in it. If the answer is no, we actually don't care about this game, then I have many other things I could be doing outside of Mortal Kombat 1. I have to write it off as a loss. What are you going to do? I spent a lot of money on it. If people don't like it, they don't like it. And I'm okay with that, you know? So, I don't know what to tell you. You know, tonight, this late stream of Invasion, I just care about money. I just can't help it. I'm so just enveloped in greed and money. I need money. I need money. 2 streams on Friday. 1 stream on Saturday. 1 stream on Sunday. Even I'm losing track. 4 streams, and the night streams have always been dead. They've been dead, nothing, with no support, you know? And last night, literally the worst stream I've had all year. That's bad. Especially because I had an audience, too. That's what really got me. I thought we were having a good time. People were recommending characters. I was trying the characters. People actually helped me to learn the fatalities, which was very nice because I couldn't get them at first. And then people were like, no, what you got to do is you tap, 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 then press a button. It's not like do quick. You got to tap slow. And they were teaching me the spacing. And we saw a bunch of fatalities together. I was like, oh, that's cool. We're getting it now. This is fun. And then to see that it was the slowest stream all year, actually, it made me sad. You know, like I was having a good time, but I guess I can't enjoy myself on a stream. I gotta be ball busting or something, right? I have to be smashing myself in the head with a 2x4 and then people like it and they'll support or something. I don't get that. I thought that if we all have a good time together, that's when the support comes. So yeah, it did completely make me scratch my head on what happened last night. I was like, you know? No, I didn't say no money means get rid of the game. I never said that. What I'm saying is I have to make the right choices. I have to play the games people want. I have to. I can't just play something because I like it. I am enjoying the Mortal Kombat content right now. I am. But I have to play what people want. So I have to listen. And this is, you know, there's different ways people talk. There's also what's called the silent majority. You understand that, right? Like, the vast majority of people who watch and support my content never speak. That's absolutely true. How often does 1 Minute Man speak? Twice a year? But he's here every day supporting, right? And so it's important to know what people actually want. And they speak sometimes with their wallets. It's true. It's not the end-all, be-all. I still have games, for example, Chrono Trigger over the summer that I played. That was very much a thing for me. Have a retro playthrough for my anniversary and for people who are JRPG fans. No, that was not a fan favorite that got tons of support. But that's the case in point where I can do that because other things are getting support. I don't want to have entire new games now dead like that. It's concerning. Okay? So the bottom line is that nothing is really consistent. Okay? It's not. And it makes me very, very nervous. See, and then you get complete toxic idiots. Anyone, here's the truth. Don't take a word out of anyone who wants to try to spin my words into something they're not. I'm not accepting that. You don't get to fucking be like that and try to put words into my goddamn mouth that I didn't say. I'm not putting up with that. Every one of you who wants to be putting words in my mouth and try to sound it toxic, right? You're out of your mind. Fucking shut up. Really. Because it's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there's various ways that people show support. It's not always financial. It's not always verbal. There's all different ways. And you have to weigh and factor all of those things in. You have to. That's how I've been successful for 15 fucking years. But that's why I feel like I can be honest with my audience and say, here's what's going on. I'm not cool with how Mortal Kombat 1 has gone down this weekend. I'm actually upset because I thought that this was something people wanted. Maybe it's not, but I need to get feedback. And for people to then twist it into something toxic is not cool. And I'm not putting up with it. I don't even care. I don't care who you are. You're going to sit here and be toxic in the chat about it and act like I'm saying shit I'm not saying. It ain't going to fly. All right? I'm not putting up with the bullshit anymore because there's too many people on the internet who just want to say Phil said this. I never said it. And I'm tired of that shit. You know? It's time to grow the fuck up. I'm not putting up with people being toxic anymore. It's just bullshit. So, seriously, grow up. And I mean that. Because what you're doing is really nasty and negative. And it's not appreciated. Oh, Dab Hands, I know people don't listen. That's true. People just don't listen and they show up with unfair expectations and then they're upset that I'm not doing exactly what they want. Like I said, to this day, there's still an entitlement factor. For sure. The instant gratification and entitlement happens every single day. And it's ridiculous because, as you know, I'm someone who is trying my best to cater to a smaller audience. That's what my content is. My content is not mainstream content. I'm not going to get tons of people coming to my streams to fucking watch my stuff. I know that. I'm never going to get thousands of viewers ever again. I'm not going to get a game that goes viral. And I know I've accepted that. I'm a small potatoes kind of guy. The only reason I'm still supported and successful is because I've been doing it for so long, and I have a fan base that likes who I am and what I do. They like the transparency. They like the honesty. They like the fact that I'm not a fucking shill. That's why I'm still here, right? But at the same time, right? So here we go again. Here's the toxic idiots. At the same time, when something like this goes down, I need to be able to bring it up and say, what's going on? And that's what I want. I want honest feedback about what's going on. Do people like Mortal Kombat or not? Do you want more? Do you not? I need to know how to go about this. I don't want to be just doing stuff and doing entire streams like last night where I feel like I'm getting somewhere, I'm unlocking content, I'm having a good time, and obviously that did not jive with the audience. It didn't. Okay? So what are you going to do? Ask what's going on, which is what I'm doing. And that's simply what this is. And I've had enough of people trying to put words in my mouth of what it is, what it isn't. Go fuck yourself. Really, just leave. Don't come back. Of course, the thing is, they're not here. These are the hate watchers. That's what they're here for, to spin it and say toxic shit like that. You know? Big Papa Phil, I understand what you're saying. He says, I wanted the multiplayer. I get that. We've all been saying that. But I can't get to the multiplayer until I unlock the content, so how exactly does that... I don't get it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, again, I didn't make the game. I'm not Ed Boon. I'm not NetherRealm. I didn't hide the content behind single-player content. They did. I have to play the single player to get to the multiplayer. And again, much like Street Fighter 6, I have to play with these characters and learn basics about them before I could play them online. Do you understand that? So, I don't get how people had an insanely unrealistic expectation that I was going to go right online the moment I started playing Mortal Kombat 1. Like, where did that even come from? You know? I did see, Mr. Game Master, I have seen that Liza P reviews are looking very good, and that's good news. I hope it is good. Okay. Anyway, I don't want to talk about this all stream. We got shout-outs to do. I had gaming news to do. Maybe we're going to skip the gaming news because we went really long on this segment. But I do appreciate everybody.